Alright, let's take a start. IELTS speaking part 1 and your topic is history. Now, no matter you studied history or not, you can answer the questions. Have you ever been to museum to learn history?
Yes, obviously I went to museum almost 6 months back. It was a famous museum of Punjab, which is located in Lahore. It's known as Lahore Museum. There is a lot of there have a number of
There is a good collection
there is a
of...
good collection of culture related events,
So you should
crafts
use,
and
events, and you can use the word historical monuments.
stuffs and monuments, and it was a heart-wrenching moment to see and to watching and learning the stuff which related to the sacrificing time.
Now your
and
answer has
division
become
time of
unclear. Just try to focus again, give me another answer and try to just answer in 4-5 sentences. For example, have you ever been to a museum to learn history? Yes, I've been to a museum to learn history, especially in my city. There is a very old museum and I went there a couple of months ago and there I saw some important souvenirs from the history and I learned about Mughal emperors, their clothes and their tools and weapons, so something like that. Okay, answer again. Have you ever been to a museum to learn history?
Yes, obviously I went to the museum 6 months back. It was in Lahore, and there was a lot of historical things which relates to empires of
Old
the
empires.
old empires, which is mostly their clothes and the weapons which were used to battlefields.
Yeah, just focus. I learned, because the topic is have you been to a museum to learn history. So I learned about their battle style. I learned about their what is the word we use for weapons. Okay, so you can just talk like that. Let's go on. Do you think history is important?
Yes, history is very important because it's belongs to that time which was not well known about this era, and we should know about the history because history repeats itself is a common phrase. So it's time to learning and struggling to overcome the bad experiences of old people.
Okay. When was the last time you read a book about history?
Well, I didn't
read
any book of history, but I seen the.
I saw. I didn't read any book on history, but I saw a program or documentary on history.
I saw a season, a well-known season. It's a release article, which is casted in Turkey. So it's I think very better opportunity to know about the history by visual programming and
all right, so you should focus your sentence structure, and as you are describing, try to use the tenses or sentences very appropriately. For example, when was the last time you read a book about history? I don't remember I read any book about history, but recently I watched a TV drama which was about history, about old emperor, and that drama was quite fascinating and I learned so many things about history. So actually not a book, but with the help of this drama I learned a lot about it, something like that. Ideas should be very clear and obvious, right? Okay, thank you. Now I move on. Your topic is about cake, right? So let's take a start. Do you like desserts?
Yes, I love desserts, and in fact I like very much. Sometimes I miss my meal and I don't lose my dessert meal.
Okay, so listen, you can just answer, just reorganize your answer. Do you like desserts? Yes, I love desserts, and especially after every meal, I always have craving for dessert. I like desserts this much that sometimes I miss my meal, but I never miss the dessert. Something like that, okay? All right, let's go on. Do you like eating cakes?
Yes, I love eating cakes, and especially chocolate one's my favorite cake, and there is some restaurants.
There are some restaurants
There are some restaurants which famous by
which are famous.
which are famous by chocolate cakes, and I am go every week for
I go there every week
for enjoy desserts.
to enjoy the dessert or
Dessert.
cakes like that. Okay, what desserts do people in your country like?
In my country, people usually people likes a traditional. People like traditional desserts like
Traditional desserts
traditional desserts
like rice pudding, carrot
rice-
pudding, like
yes,
that.
and young generations are like mostly ice
Young
cream.
generation likes such type of desserts
Dessert.
quite a lot. Okay, have you ever made a cake at home, or have you ever baked a cake?
I'm afraid to say no, I don't.
I have never.
I have
I have never baked any cake.
bake any cake because I have not a lot of time for these.
I don't have too much
too
time.
much time for this activity, so I don't.
I've never baked any cake and all that. So just try to add some more sentences, and you're already fine, but just reorganize your answers, they'll be better, right?
Sure.
Thank you.